I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Very hard to answer. Yeah. No, that was that's a typical genre question.
Some ways that I've changed and grown just by being here for 3 weeks is really working among other people. My business and my studio practices is filled with co-op potters, but it's more of me as a leader in a leadership role back home. So here I've grown by being among other leaders and sharing what we all know in a positive environment and a supportive environment. So not that it's not supportive back home, but this is a different aspect being among other people from all over the world. And that is a really positive experience. Mm-hmm.
I feel like one of the things that we're doing during this residency is a weekly critique of what we've made, or the processes, or what we're learning. So we bring pieces to the critique, and everybody else talks about them and discusses them. And while I've done critiques before, I don't think it's been quite so formal and quite so focused on me. So I definitely think that's been something that's changed how I think about receiving, not necessarily criticism, because it's not criticism, but receiving other people's thoughts on my pieces and being able to share my pieces without worrying about what people will think, because it's all just objective partially, and then even when it's subjective, it's in an atmosphere that's very welcoming and kind, even when it's criticizing. Yeah. I do think one thing that I'm being taught during this residency, I alluded to it earlier, I think, is the necessity of incorporating play into your work and really being able to like free yourself from the end product or the end goal, still focusing on it, but not losing sight of what you're making. That's definitely been something I've been improving at, because I can't help but to. And then the third thing, I don't know. It's been amazing to work with a group of women in a way that, and be mentored by and share experiences with a group of women in a situation that I haven't really ever been in before. And I think that that's probably allowed me to grow and change in ways that I can't even see yet.
Learning how to ask for help, really going back to the mindset of working alone has created a lot of opportunities for me to just work out problems, but also having this group of people that I can work with wait, tell me the question again.
It's okay. 3 ways that you have grown or changed.
Grown or changed. Okay. So yeah, going from working solo to working in a group has made me remember why I enjoyed school, why the feedback of working with others is so important, why collaboration helps you to grow. And so I feel like maybe I'll take that with me. I already collaborate on certain levels conceptually, but I'd like to be able to collaborate with people more often on the actual build, especially sculptural, when it comes to making things that I don't necessarily understand how to do, engineering, building contraptions like this one, this is just a mock-up, but when I get home, I'll be making a much larger version of that. And so I'll be able to find, I know metal workers that will be able to help me build that, and that will hopefully push my sculpture making to a different degree. And also part of my project is a little bit beyond what I thought it would be in terms of skill, because I'm making these pieces that will work on this so they defy gravity, and it's more than what I thought it would be in terms of complication. So I feel like I'm learning how to push myself out of a comfort zone and also collaborate with others to help me get to the end result.
So one thing that's been really interesting about being in this group, in this residency, is the opportunity to really collaborate. So not just work alongside other people, but have the opportunity to impact each other's work, to learn from each other, and to really move forward in a way that is not so independent. Art can feel a little bit isolating at times because you're doing it on your own. And so I think when I go back to my regular life, that's something that I'm going to look for more of. That's one. What else? I think another thing that I'm taking away from the residency is just the idea of making more time for art. It's easy to get caught up in, routines and responsibilities, and having had the benefit and seeing, all the great things that come from that concentrated time, what I want to do again when I get home is change the way that I build my schedule so that I have more time to spend and more focused time so that I can continue to reap the same kind of benefits there as I have here in the last 3 weeks. This residency has also really brought back the idea of just playing instead of creating for a specific purpose or to produce something. And that's something that Chandra was really, strongly, putting in front of us right from the beginning. And it makes a big difference to just sit down and play around, try new things, whether you're going to be good at them or bad at them. And so I think that just this notion of play and getting that back into my life, which is not something that always exists when you're an adult, has been a really great thing.
I think the biggest way has been to reach out and ask for advice, for help. That's been huge. But on the flip side, the second way I've grown has also been just independence and also being able to follow through with ideas and research and to explore. So I feel that independence and capability and to see the success in my work, that's been really great. The third aspect that I've changed, I think, is to slow down in my thought processes. And one of the big things that Chandra has had us do is morning pages and journaling, which has never been a part of my practice. So that has been a discipline that has really helped me to focus and to focus my creative energy, start my day with this focused blank slate. And it's been great to have a practice based on that foundation.